Hey everybody, welcome back to our 4-H Fish Stewards program. So I'm excited to say we've got our fish in our fish tank now, and it's the next day, so now we got to learn about every day, which your teacher will be doing and probably be showing you, is we need to monitor our tank and to make sure our fish are staying healthy. So every day there's tasks that the teachers will be doing with you, watching virtually, to help take care of this tank. So as you can see, I have my tank covered because I was trying to keep it dark. So there's a number of steps we got to do each day. The first thing, of course, take off the cover. And then the next thing you want to do is just make sure all the equipment is running, everything's operating efficiently. I can see that my chiller is on and it seems to be working. We got 50 degrees. My filter is running because I can see the water is running through smoothly. It's coming out like a waterfall. The water bubbler is going. So it seems like all the equipment is running good. So it's always good to check to make sure everything is still running properly. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to check to see if any eggs have died. And the way you'll know if they've died is if they turn white. And they'll be completely white. So I'm going to do a check here on the tank, and we'll kind of come up close so you can see inside as well. Okay, as you can see, looking at our tank, I do definitely see some eggs that have turned white, which means they have died. So those are the eggs we need to get out first. You'll see most of the rest are pink, but those ones that are white, we need to get out first. Okay, so let's see what I pulled out. As you can see, I have a number of eggs that have turned pretty white. Some are, they still have a little bit of pink in them, but there's definitely some ones that have died. So one of the things is we want to be sure to get these dead eggs out, because in case they have any kind of infection or disease, we don't want the other eggs to get infected. So one of the things we'll need to do is record how many eggs have died. So let's count. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I see 12 eggs. So that's what we'll be recording on our sheet. Now let's talk about how we're going to test the water. Okay, the next thing we want to test is the pH. The pH will tell us if the water chemicals are balanced correctly. So what I have in our test kit, which is right here, is a test tube. And you can't see it, but there's a very faint, like, white line right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill my test tube up to that white line. It's a little bit tricky when you're first doing it, like trying to get it just right to that line. So it's a little bit over, so I'm just going to shake it a little bit till it just gets right up to that line. And I think I got just about right. So once you have your test tube filled to the white line, inside your test kit is the pH test solution. And it tells you right on the bottle how much of the test solution you need to put in. So it says right here, with one hand, push open open the bottle and put 3 drops in. So I'm going to put 3 drops right into my test tube, very carefully. So I'll go 1, 2, 3. Alright, and then put the top back on. And then there's a little cap that goes right on top here. So you're going to take the cap and just go up and down 2-3 times. And then we'll hold this right up to our test card. And you can see, I'll bring it up close. I'll hold it right up there and to see what number I have. And if I look at it, it says the pH is about 7.6, and that is much too high. So we need to lower the pH. So in order to do that, inside the test kit is what's called pH down. There's also pH up if it gets too high. And this also tells you exactly how much to put in. So it says to lower pH, add 1/2 teaspoon for every 25 gallons. So this is about 25, this is a 20-gallon tank, so I'm going to put in a little bit less than 1/2 teaspoon. And we have a measuring spoon right here, and this is the half teaspoon. I'm going to open this up. And you never want to pour over the tank in case you overdo it. So I'm going to just put a little bit in, and then sprinkle it in there. And we'll give it a little bit of time, and then we're going to retest. Okay, I went out and I rinsed out our test tube to make sure all the residue from the last test was cleared out, so we have a fresh new test. And I'm going to now put this back in and fill it back up to that line like we did before. And looks like I'm right on the money there. And again, we're going to put 3 drops in. 1, 2, 3. And we'll put the top on. Put a finger on both ends and turn it upside down a couple times.